Hi guys, just here with another quick another just video update about the Amazing Spider-Man. So this summer there were basically three movies four, sorry, four I had to see. It was whatever Pixar was doing, so Brave, Spider-Man, Batman, and Avengers. Of course, I've seen the Avengers. I haven't done a video on it because it's like the third highest film at this point. Like everyone's seen it. There's no point. So I'm doing it for Spider-Man because Amazing Spider-Man's a very controversial thing. This one, a lot of people were upset that the Sam Raimi didn't get to keep going. And the very short for anyone who doesn't know, Sam Raimi really did feel bad about Spider-Man 3. He wanted to do number 4. Really good, make it stand out. And Sony said like, hey, we're gonna lose the license to Spider-Man if we don't have another movie this summer. And he said like, no, I'm taking my time. I'm gonna make sure it's good. So basically, they just fired him, rebooted the series so they could keep the license. So a lot of people were upset because they felt like, we're going back to the origins. We're retreading water, stuff like that. So yeah. So that's basically the history to the movie. Before I go any further, I just want to say, this isn't a review. This is just me talking. I'm just gonna be sitting here talking for however long it is. Like I am gonna say what I liked and what I didn't, but this isn't gonna be a formal review, obviously, because I'm in my formal, I'm in my house clothes. I'm in the bed. So let's. I don't want to. I want to save all the good stuff for later. So let's just get right into this and talk about the stuff I didn't like. And again, basically if I had to condense it into one point, it's the fact that we're doing the origin story again. A lot of the things I didn't like were like just their interpretation of events. Like, I think it's Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen's father. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. Uh, he like as Uncle Ben, right? His acting is really good. You get the character's lines, everything. He gets the delivery, everything like that. The problem is I don't like where they took the character. Again, I'm terrible for names. I don't remember who played Uncle Ben in the first, the original Spider-Man trilogy, whatever you're gonna call it at this point. But he was perfect. Like he got Uncle Ben. Like that was just Uncle Ben, right there on screen. Like the mannerism, the voice, everything. So Martin Sheen had a hard act to follow, and it's one of those things. He does things differently. I think the other one was more soft, more loving, more. This one he's struggling. Like Peter's not his son. He's has to raise this kid. He doesn't know how to do it. So obviously he's not gonna get everything right. He's not gonna get it perfect for a chance. So he yells more. He's a little more angry and stuff like that, and it works. And it, like I said, nothing's wrong with the acting. Just in my mind, that the first guy's always going to be it. If you ever do Uncle Ben, that's how you do it. And it isn't a spoiler because Uncle Ben always dies. I didn't like the way they did it. The other one, it felt like Spider-Man, like not only the way he was killed, like literally the angles, the framing, the time, but in terms of Spider-Man, like how he affected it. The other one, it very much felt like Spider-Man could have done something. Spider-Man could have, if Spider-Man had done one thing, things would have been totally different. This one, it felt like, yeah, like, it's just, oh, okay, well, Uncle Ben was at the wrong spot in the wrong time. Well, meanwhile, in the first trilogy, Spider-Man was directly responsible. So yeah, like I don't like Uncle Ben's character. It's just personal taste. But another thing I don't like is they had the scene where Spider-Man goes chasing the guy who kills Uncle Ben, and they don't go anywhere with it. Like they're saying, oh, there's a guy with a star on his wrist, so Spider-Man goes beats up every guy with who matches the guy's description, looking for it, and then they kind of just stop. Obviously, because you got Lizard and stuff like that to deal with, but it's just like. And the other one I liked it. It was a very small, contained story. It was all created and resolved in like 20 minutes. You found the guy, and that was part of the reason I felt that's why Spider-Man didn't kill, because he killed that guy before. He killed him by mistake, So that was a big definitive moment. Here it's just like he's just Spider-Man just trying to get revenge, and then he just like again going back to Uncle Ben for a minute. They don't ever. This is another one, but they don't ever. I'm trying to think to describe it. They don't ever give you a reason why he would have become a superhero, like a vigilante, um, with the costume and everything. Like, the first one was really good because you had Uncle Ben talking to you, and you had Peter like doing this, and Peter reflecting on all the stuff that happened because he let the guy go. Um, this one, it's just he can't catch the bad guy, so he's like, okay, screw it, I'll go after other bad guys. Um, I or But yeah, I'm gonna save the suit for later because I like the suit. Um, but yeah, basically anything of the origin stuff, I didn't like. Some a lot of people are pointing out is the later in the film when the lizard actually comes on screen, he has like dual personality, like voices in his head. They never explore it. Uh, I agree that's bad. I wish they would have done that. But again, for me, the main thing is the origins. Now, what I do like is, again, to contradict myself, the things they did with the origins that things didn't. Like, I understand, I understand in the Sam Raimi it was a costume, but the thing is, like, he just spray painted it, and that was it. And that was his costume. And then it's like, okay, if he had that for the wrestling match, why did he make the new one? This one I like in that they develop it like kind of prototype stage. So stage one, he beats up people without a mask, and they're like, so he has to hide his face, and then he can't see too well, so he cuts out the eyes and puts in shades. Um, he wants to be more aerodynamic, so he follows nerds around and talks about velocity and stuff like that. It's just like that I like. That's really cool. The only thing I don't like is where he gets the inspiration. Is that he's running away, he crashes into a building, and he sees a luchador mask, and it's like, oh, I should wear a mask. Like, at least with the wrestling one, he had a reason. He needed a costume. You have to do everything. This one is just, okay, like, he could have, by that logic, he could have, like, if he wanted to just cover up his face, he could have done a bandana or a mask or something, so it doesn't really say how he did the face mask. Um, but what else? All the actors were good. The everyone's good, but the thing I want to focus on is the relationships. They're all good, but the main one is between Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker. Um, it's one of the things we all just just Mary Jane's Peter's the one he dates. That's just how it is. Um, but if you watch the movies or and some of the comics, they don't have a lot of chemistry. It's just she's just the girl next door. She's what he wants. Maybe not what he needs, but what he wants. Um, so it's one of those things. They don't have a lot of connection, but oh man, Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker, they had a lot of connection, and I think those were my favorite moments, besides the obvious ones like fighting and stuff like that, were well, believe it or not, the romance moments were because they took Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy and they made them real characters. Like, these are real people. You care for both of them. You're not like, oh, poor Peter, or oh, you care for both of them equally. You both want them to be happy, to be stuff like that, and you know, the relationship is very good, and I do like the ending, which I won't spoil, but I'm just gonna joke. I find it funny that basically, technically they were able to do in one movie what Sam Raimi had to do in two. Literally think about it, the voiceovers, the ending from number two, all that. I just find that funny. So yeah, so basically, again, if I have to wrap it up very quickly, it does some things good and it does some things bad. Like, I still love the scene in Spider-Man 1 with, basically, like, they don't have with great power comes great responsibility. They allude to it and they kind of tweak it around, or like, oh, a man needs to have responsibility, and responsibility, leads to power and stuff like that. It's like, no, come on, you just come out and say it. Don't tiptoe. Don't try and change it. Just say it. But so yeah, it's one of those things. If you're a hardcore Spider-Man fan, you'll love it. If you're a casual Spider-Man fan, like you only watch the movies, maybe some of the games, um, you'll like it. But it's one of those things. Like I definitely go see it, but if you're stuck on the Sam Raimi ones, you're not gonna enjoy this. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a self-proclaimed Spider-Man fan. I love everything, all the movies, all the, so I didn't have a problem with it. But yeah, so it all turns into what level of fan you have for Spider-Man. But yeah, that's all I got for that. Thanks for listening to my crazy spiel on Ultimate Spider-Man. If you want to talk to more about this movie, just comment below, and I'll see you guys next time.